Good morning, afternoon, evening, gamers. Warframe, how's it going? Um, yeah, I think it's going pretty well. I've been ill recently, so that's taken quite a toll. Um, but I've been playing it quite a bit, and back in 2016. I didn't really have a lot done. I had a whole load of what the community call cabbages, the lith things. I'll show you in a minute. Um, I can't think of the name of them. The relics, the void relics. I had a whole load of these and not really much else. So I've slowly made my way through them. Most of the good ones. So I found out what the different names mean. So lith and miso are kind of more common relics, and then axi and there's a lot of axi. Um, yeah, axi and on downwards are the more rarer um, relics. Yeah, there are some other ones as well. These things which look pretty disgusting. So lith and miso are your more common ones. You can still get good stuff there. You can still get prime parts and everything. And then Neo, that's it. Neo and Axie are your more rare ones. And then these ones, I don't know. Maybe these are like, I don't know. Super. Well, there's Requiem 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm guessing this is the most rare one. So I had a load of these, and I didn't really have much of anything else done. But I've been doing. Oh, he's a good boy. Um, so yeah, I didn't really have a lot done. But I've been working pretty hard. I've now unlocked Phoebus, Mars, Earth. I found the moon last night or this morning. Venus, Mercury, Saturn, Uranus. Europa, Jupiter. I've done it, but there's this one thing, the Chimera prologue. I don't know what that is. I don't know where it is. I'll find it at some point. But I mean, pretty much, it's done. So yeah. So I'm doing all right. I've unlocked quite a bit. Um, I unlocked the I've unlocked this the something Deviri paradox, so I've unlocked that. I haven't really spent a lot of time in some of these like open world places, because you start going into these places, then like you're not unlocking the star chart, and I feel like the best advice for new players is just unlock the star chart. But if you go into these places, you're not coming out for a while, because there's a lot of things in there to do. So I've unlocked that. The last one was the War Within. That was where I found the moon, I think. So I've done that. I've unlocked one of the rooms on my ship, so that's open. I'm not going to go in there, spoilers. And I know that the community, really likes to keep it so that spoiler free, which I think that's a good thing. I still haven't worked out how to unlock that one yet. That infested place over there, I don't particularly want to. It looks disgusting. But I probably will at some point. Hey, puppy. Also, don't tell her, but I'm also building a cat. so I'm getting a cat as well, because I heard that the cats are pretty overpowered. They're pretty strong. But I mean, I'll hang out with all of them. So yeah. So how long's it got to go? An hour and 24 minutes. Okay, it takes a ridiculously long time. I've gotten some new warframes. So I got the new one, which is Caliban. So that this warframe is free at the moment to go with the new expansion or update. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their terminology is. So if you want a free warframe, he seems pretty fun to me. But I mean, I'm not an expert on these things. But he seems all right. So hey, if you want a free warframe, log in, make an account. Obviously Excalibur, Frostprime. I got Mag because in the Deviri paradox I got to try her, and she actually seemed pretty fun. Of course there are the people that are like, well, she's not any good anymore, and blah blah blah. If you like playing as a particular character, play that character. I've Is she gonna be as strong all the time? No, but is she fun? Yeah, kind of. Mirage, of course. This is my new one, Nezza. I get. He has these kind of, poses, which. But yeah, so Nezza as well, and I use Nezza so. I was stuck fighting one of the warframes. It was like a little story thing, and I could not beat her. Protea, I think, and she has a similar ability. I think that's how Protea, maybe. She has a similar power to the lady out of Overwatch with the sort of rewinding time. So I couldn't put her down. The other problem with Warframe is you have to look everything up. There's a thing in the game where you have to scan a certain enemy within a mission, and I was doing it, and I was running around for like 30 odd minutes, like trying to figure out how to do it, and I couldn't do it, and I'd get really frustrated. And I watched a video, and I worked out how to do it. And I'm going to show you how to do it, just in case, maybe you're somebody who's starting new in the game, and you've got this thing, and you're like, what the hell? And you're trying to figure it out. I'll quickly show you. So yeah, so I've got Nezza, Volt as well. I got Volt. And I got Wukong as well. Wukong is supposed to be very strong. He's an Oberon Prime and Nyx. So really, really getting there in terms of warframes. And even if some of them aren't that great, I still kind of like collecting them, because to me, it is a looter shooter game, so you are looting and collecting things. I think that's kind of part of the appeal of these type of games. So I enjoy collecting them anyway, although having to buy the slots is a bit much. But yeah, still quite a lot to go though. A lot to go. There is it Yareli? No. Wisp? No. There's one who is kind of like an archer, has kind of like a bow. I really want her. Kome, I think, is the new one. That's the new update. I think it might be. It's Ivara. Ivara, I definitely want. She uses bows, and I think she's got hunting. Or maybe that's another Warframe. I don't know. I watched a video on all the different ones in the game and kind of what they do. Some of them maybe not that into. Um, Protea. Oh, she did my head in for so long. So, oh, Trinity looks kind of cool. So yeah, and I've ranked them all up. I'm just ranking this weapon up. Not an amazing weapon, but again, I had all the materials to build it, so I'm gonna build it. Run around with it, have a bit of a laugh. I do like shotguns in this game, but obviously there are better ones than this. But it's still kind of fun. And I like to level everything up, so you know I've been leveling up all of the weapons. I also again I had the materials to make it, so I'm like, well, I'll make it. So the Volcar, gonna need to make that as well. I think I can also make the Tigris Prime, or was it the? I can't remember. Also the Paris, I've got the Prime version of that as well that I can make, but I can't because I'm stuck on level 8. It's a parkour one, and I'm really not good at parkour. So I've been stuck on that for a while. I will do it. I will get through it, probably. But yeah, so everything's upgraded. I've now got this thing. I don't really understand what any of that is, so we'll just we won't worry about that for now because I don't understand it. I've also got some more Warframes being made. Baruch Prime, I can't remember what he's about. Zephyr and Sevagoth. So yeah, I found all the parts for those. The rest of it, I've just kind of bits and pieces of really, nothing. Chroma. I've got the optics and I've got the chassis, but I don't have the Frost chassis. Don't have the Ember optic. So it's all just like bits and pieces of stuff. Gara, I've got a chassis and a blueprint, but that's about it. There is another one I have, but I don't have the blueprint. I might Grendel, Gorse. Oh, Harrow. For some reason, 56 blueprints. This Harrow keeps seeming to drop for me. None of the rest of the bits of it, just the blueprint. I don't know what to do with them. They're just giving them away at this point. I don't think anybody's gonna even want to buy them. They're so common. Ivara, is that the one? The Queen of the Hunt. Okay. I would like to get Ivara, because I do like bows, and I think that's going to be her natural thing with a bow. So I'd like to get her, but so far, oh no, that's not the prime one. So yeah, I need to get more bits for her. Yeah, so it's all bits and pieces at the moment. There is, which one is it that I've got? I only need the blueprint for. I might be able to buy it, because sometimes you have to, because things just don't drop. And I've looked up like guides online, and they just they just don't work. So I think a Saren I can build. So yeah, I've got the chassis, I've got the optics, I've got the prime system. But I don't have the blueprint. If I get the blueprint for Saren, I might be able to make him as well. Trinity Prime. So again, I've got the chassis, got the Prime. Oh, I've got the system. So, have I got optics? No. I'd kind of like to make this one as well. Looks kind of cool. Don't really know what the whole polarity thing is about. And I think if you change the polarities, then it resets your Warframe to 0, and then you have to level it up again, which... I think is one of those I wish I'd known that before. Wisp, who seems kind of cool, but I've got the... Oh, that's a Prime. That's Prime. So again, have I got the rest of it? Yeah, no. So lots of bits and pieces. I can make the Bratton Prime now. Unfortunately, it's rank 8, and I'm stuck on 7. So, but I can make that. I think that's a fairly good weapon. The Burston, I just need the Prime Barrel. I think I should be able to get that. This, I've not really seen parts dropping for it. The Fallman, that's... I can make that one now, and, you know, and I will. The Gorgon wasn't particularly great. I didn't like the way it felt, but I made it anyway. So the Paris Prime, so that's the one, I've got the ordinary one of it. This is the Prime one. So, again, I need rank 8, though, so... Tigress, I've only got one piece of that, so I need the stock and the receiver. The Penta, the Penta launcher fires up to 5 grenades that can be remotely triggered at just the right time. That sounds cool, but whether it is or not, I don't know. So yeah, I just need the receiver for that one. A kind of cool, like, throwing star or some sort of disc. I could make the Marlock, but again, going off of the Gorgon, I don't know. I don't know whether it would be any good. The Seer, this is one of the boss's weapons. Just need the barrel. Yeah. So there is like a marketplace where you can go and buy some of the stuff. They're very slow getting back to me though. So. The Dual Karmas, they look good, but rank 8, and I've not got any of that. Okay, so Hate, I can make that again, but it's a rank 8. I could make those, I don't know whether I want to. The Lecter, could make that. Yeah, so it's just bits and pieces, really. Yeah. And one of the... Oh, yeah. One of the things I am trying to get is the other piece for this, the Shade Carapace. I've got somebody who messaged me, like, quite late and said that they've got one, but they haven't got back to me so far. So I'd like to get the last piece for that. The Helios Prime is supposed to be good, but I still need the brain and the carapace. So, I don't know what. I think that's for a different type of ship. Some different types of helmets that you can have. Because I probably should make a Rhino. But I haven't had any parts sort of dropping for him really. These are like you can deploy them and they'll help you out fighting. It's pretty good, including the Stalker. who's like a boss in the game. I've also got Void Rig as well. I need to farm all the parts for that. So, so in some ways I'm doing pretty well, and in other ways I'm kind of not. But there's always, the thing I like about this game is there's always something to do, something to go after. Yeah, there's a lot to do. Is that supposed to do something? I don't know. Night Wave, which is the free. I think I told you about that before. It's like I can't think of the word. It's like a battle pass, but it's not a paid one. It's completely free, and you just get
now,
things.
Just in case some of you ain't doing all this out of the kindness of your hearts.
Yeah. So, and to be honest, you just get them by just playing the game. For the longest time, I didn't know this was here. But I would just level stuff up, I don't know what an ideal on Hydralist is, so, yeah. Sell any item in your inventory for credits. I thought I'd done that, but obviously not. 39 of 150. Oh, yeah, I should probably get on with that. 9 hours to go as well. I should be able to knock that out fairly quick. Play 0 of 3 different Shazin songs in Duviri? Oh, is there like a musical thing in the game, like in Final Fantasy, where you get the instruments and you can learn to play things, and you get like whole bands and stuff around. Oh, which town is it? The kind of sea place, kind of piratey type. I can't remember. Earth Miner. Mine rare gems or ore in the plains of Eidolon. I haven't quite worked out how to do that yet, so that's not really doable. Well, yeah, I mean it is, but Elite Sanctuary Onslaughts, I don't know what that is. So there's some of them I don't actually know what they are.
Let's get back to it.
But yeah, so I'm doing all right. So I think probably Rising Tide is going to be the next one. Okay. I thought there was one where you could see this one here. I've done it. So I solved the riddle from the inbox message. I did that. Craft the Mirage Neuro Optics with your blueprint. I made Mirage. But then this one, solved the riddle from the inbox message. I've lost the message. I cleared out my inbox, and that was amongst it by accident. So I don't actually know how to complete that, to be honest. So yeah, the Limbo Theorem, gather proof fragments. Also, I'm doing some of that. So yeah, there's. I finished that one, The Strange New. Yeah, so this one was working with Cephalon Samaras to find the source of a mysterious voice. It got me the Chroma blueprint. But yeah, it was frustrating, and I had to look up how to synthesize these creatures. Yeah, I do find that things aren't explained all that well, and you do have to look stuff up sometimes. I did the Deadlock Protocol. This was the one with Protea, and she was a pain, but she succumbed in the end. I got her down in the end. The Wave Rider is the one I'm doing. If you like, so there's something called the K-board, K Drive, K Drive, and it's kind of like a skateboard. It's like the one out of Back to the Future that Marty McFly had, and it's really fun, and you can do tricks on it and stuff. And so I'm helping these guys out to do that, which I need to get back and do that. But there's only so much fun on a skateboard that you can have before you're like, I kind of want to go do something else now. So yeah, and I guess my next quest would be Rising Tide, which, if there's anything like the War Within, it's gonna be pretty good. Quite short stories. The War Within, I'm not going to spoil anything for you because I don't want to do that. I want you to experience it for yourself. But I'm still confused as to... I'm still kind of confused as to what is going on. I don't really know what it is that I'm playing, but I'm enjoying playing it, and that's kind of the main thing. But I do play things for the story. Like, things that don't have a story or it's just not very good, I tend to, So I've been pushing through to get to the story, and the stories are really good. The Duviri Paradox was really good. Very well crafted. Not very good with the swords and blocking, but yeah. I've been having a lot of fun, and I do think it's well worth your time to play. It's just you do need to read guides a lot, but there are a lot of them on YouTube. There's a lot of people making videos on how to help you out. Having said that, the videos can themselves be somewhat of a problem because some of them kind of contradict one another. And there's one I started watching his stuff, and I kind of liked it, and then I kind of really went off of his stuff. I'm not going to name him because it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. But he had one video where it was like 10 times your damage. And I was like, okay, and I watched the video, and then it was like he said a lot without actually saying anything. And at one point he was like, well, I'm not really going to touch on this too much because I made a video talking about this already. And it's like, well, yeah, but I'm not watching that video, I'm watching this video, so I don't want to have to watch another video to understand this video. Like no, I'm already playing Warframe. I don't want that. And then it was just like odd things like aim better. It's like, well, yeah, I could have. I can kind of figure that one out for myself. I think most people can. It was just a very weird video, and after that, I kind of moved on to other people that are a little bit more straightforward. Because I think you need that with this game. You don't need to be any more confused than you are, because that's why you're having to look up videos in the first place, because you're confused. There's a lot of systems, there's lots of different kinds of coins. I sold a load of stuff for some ducats, I think. I don't even know what the ducats are for. I don't even know why I sold the stuff. I found this kiosk. I was like, me being me, I've got to investigate everything, and like, I find that's how sometimes I learn things. So I was investigating this kiosk, and I ended up selling stuff. I mean, it was duplicate stuff. It was stuff that I didn't need. I had too many of. So it was fine. And then I got these ducats, and then I was like, I wonder what the hell these are for. Doesn't really tell you. So, but yeah. So Warframe's going all right. I had to change allegiances because so I was with New Loka back in 2016. I obviously looked at this and just made a guess, probably rather than looking it up. And it turns out that a lot of the good stuff is with Steel Meridian. So I've now had to kind of, you know, backpedal and start getting back in the good graces of Meridia. A new hand touches the beacon. I think that's probably why I didn't go with them in the first place. But yeah, so... But if you join these ones, then these ones are against you, and these ones are against you, and these ones are against you. It's like, okay. But these ones are with you, who you can't join anyway. I mean, you can at some point, but I don't know what it is that you need to unlock them. It's a weird system, and nobody... And again, the game doesn't really explain it, or like what it's about, or what it's for, or which is best. So yeah, so I had to change allegiances. So.
Hey, are you gonna help these people out?
Which, the weird thing is as well, the syndicates don't really make any sense, because when I was with New Lorca, and then I switched to Meridia, well, she's a Grineer, and I was like, ooh, okay, maybe I need to stop killing Grineers, because she used to come after me in missions which I was doing for New Lorca. So I was like, oh, maybe I've got to stop killing Grineers. And so I was trying to go through... I was trying to go through quests, like not killing any of the Grineer. And that's very, very hard to do. She doesn't care. She doesn't care so long as you're on her side killing Grineer. She's not bothered. Which just didn't really make any much sense to me when on the other side, because I was on the other team, I suppose, killing Grineer, she had a problem with it. But now I'm on her side killing Grineer, she's fine with it. It's very weird, syndicates. I don't really understand.
Hey, are you gonna help these people out?
Sure. So we're on Brave now, so we're getting there, you know. We're getting.
All right, what can we help you with?
She for Brave you don't really get a lot, but 5 roller specters, I suppose they would be pretty cool. And some sigils, nothing really amazing. But I'm just getting back into their good graces, so, you know. So, led by a battle-hardened Grineer deserter, the Steel Meridian fight a guerrilla war against a vast enemy. They are sworn protectors of what little remains of the colonies. Okay. So they fight against their own for a better life. So, it's never really... Oh, I have to pick a reward, do I? Okay. I'll have that one then. Because, I mean, let's face it, I was going to go for it anyway. So, I don't know at which...
Hey, are you gonna help these people out?
Yeah, so the next one is Valiant. I probably need to go for, I guess. Defender, Protector, and General. Okay, so we need to get to General, I guess, and then hopefully I can start getting the good shit.
Here's what we can do for you.
Here's what we can do for you. Yeah, so a lot of the good stuff is kind of like locked off. Yeah, so I don't really know how the syndicate thing works. I should look it up really, but with so many things to look up, it's you know, you can change your pledge on the fly. So I'm guessing maybe I can get what I want out of Meridia and then switch to somebody else. Maybe maybe that's how it works. I don't know. It's just yeah, it's a strange one. it looks like, though, my daily standing, 9 hours, is not far off of being completed. So that's exciting. So yeah, that's all I had to say, really. Still playing it, still very, very much invested in it. I'm quite enjoying it, to be honest. It's a lot of fun, and there's so much to do. I just wish things were clearer. Like, if you have to play a game and then look up videos in order to understand what it is that you're playing, I feel that's a bit of a problem. But maybe it's not. I don't know. So yep. So that's the video. All I had to say, really. If you like ninjas in space, or you like that idea, it's definitely worth playing. I would say just the best advice that I've found so far for a new player, which I still consider myself, even though I played it back in 2016. I didn't know what I was doing then. I was just running around, and I still wouldn't say I know what I'm doing. I know things a little better sometimes, but, Oh, I've been doing the Void as well, so I've been unlocking some of this. I need to unlock some more, actually, because this is where you get your relics. So it's quite an important one to do. So I need to finish Neptune and then unlock Pluto, which then I think unlocks Eris, which then locks Sedna. So, and I think that would be the entire map. I believe, yeah. So, yeah, Neptune I'm underway into, like, not well, but I'm getting there. And then that will lead to Pluto, that will lead to Eris, and then that will lead to Sedna. Oh, and also I've got to finish the little moon thingamajig. Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, the best advice I got as a beginner, which I would class myself as, is just unlock all the planets. Just concentrate on that. What a lot of people do is, so you have Earth, and then you have Cetus, and the plains of Eidolon, and people go there, and it's a huge, it's not huge, but it's a large open space with lots of stuff to do, and then it's kind of one of those traps of you go there, and then you're doing all of that stuff, and you're not really progressing anywhere else. That nearly happened to me, and it's the same with Deimos as well. Deimos has the Cambion Drift, and that's quite a large sort of open space, and that's got just tons of things for you to do, build mechs and all sorts of stuff. It's got a Halloween thing on as well, so that's kind of cool. I think I saw somebody running around with a pumpkin head, which was kind of cool. I do enjoy this time of year. Fall is my favourite time of year, along with spring, because they're whereas summer is very harsh and winter is very harsh, they're more sort of intermediates. Spring and autumn or fall. So yeah, but you can fall into the trap of going here, and then you just spend loads of time in there, and then again, you don't progress. But then, having said that, how fast you progress is completely up to you. You don't have to really rush anything. But in order to be able to access some things, if you've been running around in Deimos, and then somebody's like, come do this thing with us, and you've been there so long, you can't actually access it. That can What is that? What's that? I've never seen that before. Has that always been there? It's not clickable, so I don't see it on any of the other ones. Oh. Weird. What's that about? So, of course, with the new update, they are kind of, you know, changing things, and you tend to see little things that are different, or not like hugely different, but like a little bit different, and you're like, oh, okay, that's very different. So yeah, I'm hoping I get another coupon soon as well for savings on platinum. Because honestly, I don't mind giving the company bits of money here and there. Like they're, I do think that there's too many things to buy now, and there's too many like different coins and stuff. I feel like that's kind of ran away from them a little bit. However, you know, huge new updates being introduced to the game, there's got to, you know, they've got to pay for that somehow, I guess, and all of the servers. But it's still not terrible. I mean, if we have a look, so 75 platinum is in British pounds, of course, is $3.99, which is not terrible. And for 75 platinum, mostly the things you would want to buy are Warframe slots and weapon slots. Possibly Orokin reactors as well for your weapons and warframes. Those are the things that you absolutely need. Other than that, and there is of course you can, once you've bought platinum, you can buy and sell to other players. So, you know, technically you don't have to do any of this at all. But I think if nobody did any of this, then the game probably wouldn't do too well. But I mean, £130. I mean, that's a lot of money. £65, £32. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I mean, the only three I think you should ever think about buying, but especially with a coupon, and they do tend to give out coupons which knock down the price, is these three: 75 for £4, £6.99 for 170, or if you did get a coupon, the 370 for £13.99 might be a good deal. These ones, that's a lot. Maybe the £32.99, maybe. It's a lot of money. But then you do get some rare mods. So increases reload speed and punch through. I mean, okay. I mean, £65 though. That's a lot of money. But these are the three. You know, if you want to just give a little bit of money, I think $3.99 for 75 platinum. You know, that'll buy you a couple of Warframe slots, a couple of weapon slots, maybe an Orokin reactor. You can farm those as well. So yeah, but it's not as egregious as, you know, we can all probably name some games where this is way worse, way worse. So it doesn't bother me that much. And let's face it, it's a looter shooter MMO light. You know, most of those have a subscription base. ESO, whilst it is free to play, if you want some of the good stuff, like the unlimited loot, crafting bag, things like that, extra XP, some crowns that you can save up and buy houses or cosmetics, clothes and stuff. They have cosmetics here as well, so there's all of that you can buy. But again, I mean, it's not too bad. There's Kome. I don't know. I did have a thing. What's that? Oh, a floof. Okay. There is a room at the back of the ship that I've yet to unlock that you can put your like your living quarters that you can put. You could put some of these things in. I don't know whether to go and do Kome. I think there is a quest for it. No, that was the wrong one. Inbox. Yeah, Cephalon. He's kind of annoying if I'm honest. So there's your Caliban Warframe. Saya, this is the one. So recently I've been plagued by strange visions of the infestation. They are warnings from Kome herself, I am sure of it. Kruna Meta, something that they seem to say. I don't quite know what that means. Come see me in Cetus. Together we can overcome a terrible fate. So I'm not sure, as a relatively new player, whether to go and do this. Oh, Parvos as well. Is that oh, so that's like something you can put up on the wall, maybe. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know whether to go and do it. So yeah, yeah. So that's basically that, really. Having a good time. I think if you like these types of, you like the idea of like ninjas and space, guns, knives. There's no actual. One thing I noticed is that the enemies have like grenades. They have like these sticky grenades that stick to you. They're quite difficult to get away from. Well, they're difficult for me. I expect the veteran players like know how to get around that. But I've noticed that we're the Tenno. Yeah, I think we're the Tenno. We don't have like any grenades that we get to lob, which I thought was kind of odd. And also, there's no like throwing stars or throwing knives. I thought that was a bit strange for a ninja game. Like I would have thought it would be cool, particularly on any kind of mission really, is just to be able to like just throw knives and just take out enemies like silently. You have bows and you have swords and you have there's these disc things which I'm not really that into. Different people are gonna like different kinds of weapons. It's how it feels to you. If a bow feels good to you, use a bow. If shotgunning Grineer to the face seems like a good idea to you, do that. There's lots of different ways of playing. So you just have to pick your poison. But the spinning disc things aren't that great. So maybe that's why they haven't introduced like throwing knives or stars or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe they are in the game and I haven't come across them yet. Who knows? So yeah, that's the game. Like I said, at the moment, huge new update. Gonna be lots of content. It's gonna be a while before I get there, I think. You, as a new player, you can't go and do all of it. So the fact that I can go and see Kome, I'm guessing it's more to do with a new warframe. So yeah, it's probably not that bad. But I do know that some of the content you won't be able to do. Just because you'd go in there and you'd get absolutely annihilated. And as a new player, that's not a great feeling. If you're just going into stuff and just getting stomped on, it's not going to make you want to, carry on playing. So I think that's the reason. And there can be players that are just, for the most part, it's got a good community, but every now and again you just get some people that just, they've forgotten what it's like to be a new player, and they've forgotten how difficult the game can be to navigate and traverse, and they get very impatient. I think is the thing. They're very impatient if you can't keep up, because, and to be fair to them, they may be running, the same thing, over and over, farming for things, and if you can't keep up, then that's a problem for them. So yeah, I get it, but also, the game needs to attract new players to keep the lifeblood, strong, and so you have to have some patience. I was doing a thing. I was leveling up the boar rifle, which is what I do, and it was just like an assassination thing. You just run around, use the weapon, kill things, level it up, and I forgot to set it to private. Most of the things that I do, I tend to actually. It's one of the first sort of MMO lights where I've actually enjoyed playing with other people. I think actually playing with other people in this is actually pretty fun. You can do them on your own. As a new player, maybe not. But certainly later on down the line, you'd be able to do things by yourself. But I actually think it is kind of more fun playing it with other people. The only things I tend to do solo, if I'm able to do them, is the assassination ones, because there's no real objective to it. It's just, if it moves, kill it. That's it. It's fairly easy. And if you've got the firepower and that, and generally you should, you can just do those by yourself, and they're quite a lot of fun. And you can go at your own pace, and they're actually good for collecting materials as well. So I tend to use those to level up warframes, level up weapons, and loot things basically, and add to my, to all of the stuff you need to build things basically. So yeah. Was that it? Yeah, so I basically forgot to put it on solo, and it was open to the public, and there was a relatively new player. They were Master Rank 2, I think. So very new. I mean, to be fair, they could be Master Rank 2, but have unlocked everything and be a veteran player. It's possible. Master Rank doesn't mean that much. However, you do need Master Rank up until, from what I read, 14, I believe. I think at rank 14, you basically unlocked all of the weapons, all of the stuff. Then after that, I think it's diminishing returns. But some people just like having like a high number on there, and it can be good for you as a player to see that number and know that they know what they're talking about. So if they say like go over there, you're going over there because they know kind of what they're talking about. But he was a Master Rank 2. I think he was a new player as well. He was busy just running around farming things, and he was quite slow. And as somebody who's still new but getting faster, learning the the traversal system better. I'm getting better and better, but I'm still slow compared to the pros. But I was faster than he was, or could be a she. So I was at the end waiting for them, and I remember. I mean, I'm still in the new phase. I'm still a new-ish player. I don't know at what point you're not a new player. I don't know. I feel like for the foreseeable future, the game's always throwing things at me that are new to learn. So I think I'll be a new player for quite a while, but I'm an older player than he was, or she, if that makes sense. And so I had to be patient. And to be honest, it didn't bother me. I watched a bit of YouTube while they ran around and looted the heck out of everything, because they should. That's definitely what you should be doing. You should be looting everything and collecting resources, because you're going to need those resources in order to build things. And that's exactly the right thing to do. And they were running around, and I hope having a good time. And so I wasn't going to put any pressure on them. I actually stepped off of the pad, because it then puts up a person is waiting for you, and I went into a corner and just watched a bit of YouTube until they finished doing everything that they wanted to do, and got to the extraction point. Sometimes there's a timer on the extraction thing. Sometimes there doesn't seem to be one, but I'm not entirely sure how that works. But yeah, just having some patience with people, I think goes a long way. And for the most part, most of the community are pretty decent people. Like, it doesn't have as much of the toxicity that a lot of these other communities have, which I'm glad about, because the toxicity really doesn't help anybody. It doesn't make the game better. If anything, it pushes people away, and that's something you definitely don't want if you enjoy the game that you play. If you enjoy the game that you play, you really want new people to talk to, new people to meet, new people to play with. Matching in this game, very quick, and with the cross-platform as well, which is very nice. Yeah, it's very, very fast. I mean, I shall show you how fast. And in ESO, at times it's very slow, and that's supposed to be a bigger MMO. So let's just, I don't know. Let's go for, so these are, so you take one of the cabbages with you, one of the relics, and you can crack it open. Oh, I don't, yeah, I've run out of those. I don't have any of those. Not that one then. This one? Equip one of those and one of those, and then you'll be, see, straight away. It's that quick.
Keep fighting. Look for more
Okay,
reactions.
so sometimes you're in the middle of something, which is, yeah, get our little stars. So you get these little stars that drop.
Stay focused.
If
There's a heavy unit approaching.
yes, okay,
All
mother.
right, Hunter. I will reward you should you perform synthesis.
Oh, I don't. Please no. I don't want to do synthesis. I don't actually enjoy it. Bong, bong, bong. So these things that I'm picking up, these things on the floor, so they open your relic,
The
basically.
relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very, very quick to get into matches. of the time. I mean, obviously, there probably are gonna be some times where you know, maybe not going to be able to get anybody to play with, because maybe there's nobody just playing that particular
The
thing
enemy is broken.
that you want to
Well
play.
done. Now get to extraction.
Oh dear. So, you see how fast they are, though. So for how fast I was for that newer person, you think how fast these people are. Also, you got to pick everything up. You just got to. I think in situations like this, they do the timer more. So if I don't get there within a certain time, you know. Oh, they were looking for me. Oh, that's nice. Sometimes they will come back and just sort of look for you and just make sure you're all right, I guess. Because you can get lost sometimes. In fact, they did. I think they got a little bit lost as well. But it's that's what I mean. It's little things like that. This guy's obviously not happy, or he's just having a laugh. If you've got everything, go for the former. They'll just, you know.
Mission complete.
But yeah.
Excellent work, Tenno.
And that's so. It's a little. For some people, maybe that's a little bit what's the word? Boring, perhaps. Because it's going to be that, you know, it's going to be that, you know, quite a lot. That's the kind of gameplay. It is procedurally generated, so every time you go into that instance, let's call it a dungeon. So every time you go into that dungeon, it will be different. Which actually really fucks with you, because like the first few times I go into them and I was like, I'd get lost because some of them are quite complicated. And like, I'd run around and I'd learn it, and I'd be like, okay, I got this. Go in, and of course it's changed, but it looks the same, and I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, it can be a little bit complicated at first to traverse, but you do get used to it, and you know, don't be afraid to bring up your map. So your map is something, it will superimpose itself onto the screen, and it moves as you move, and it's actually a good way of doing a map, and so it helps you to traverse it, and you'll be fine. If I can do it, you can do it. So yeah, that's Warframe. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm really getting into it, more so than I ever did before. I think you just have to give it a chance, and you have to push through a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, there have been times like with Protea, didn't really understand the mechanics, not really explained that well to you, didn't understand that you have to kill her like 4 times in order to finish her. Like, I didn't understand that. The thing with synthesis, didn't really understand how to do that because it's not that well explained. Yeah, at times it can be a bit frustrating, but what I tend to find is, if something isn't working out for me, it's like, okay, go on to another thing, go do something else, and come back to it later. You know, and in the meantime, watch some videos. You know, although I do give YouTube some crap at times, it really is a great place for guides and being able to play video games better and work things out. So I gotta give them their kudos. There's nothing else quite like it. So yeah, that's the game. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, Master Rank. Oh. I've tried so many times. It's like a little parkour thing. It's even not that big of a parkour thing, but I overshoot the yeah, no. That'll be another whole hour. So yeah, so this is Warframe. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you give it a go. It's free to play. You got nothing to lose. Although there is a real world currency, from what I've seen, there are no restrictions like in other games. You really don't have to spend anything. I think the developers actively teach you ways not to spend money, which is, for developers, it's like, really? It's something we're so unused to because we're so browbeaten by, Ubisoft and Bethesda, EA, and other predatory, players out there in the video game landscape. So yeah, you'll be able to play everything that you want to play, to test it out. It's a good game. It's just a bit frustrating. You've got to push through a little bit and persevere. But you will start. I think you'll soon start having quite a lot of fun. So yeah, it's in your ball court. If this isn't something for you, I'm sure at some point I'll be making a video about something else. Now that Shattered Space is out, I've re-downloaded Starfield. I'm probably going to have a bit of a play of it. I've heard from some people, some YouTubers who really like Bethesda games as much as I do. It's not the turnaround that I think we thought it would be. I've held off doing a video about how I feel about it for the longest time because there were so many videos about it. I just didn't really want to add to the noise. As that was dying down, I might let Shattered Space die down a bit before throwing my 2 cents into it. Yeah, it's yeah, it is what it is. So that might be the next video, or I might find something else interesting to play before then, something that tickles my fancy. But I think for the most part, probably going to be playing Warframe. I've done most of the stuff I wanted to do in ESO, until they bring out a new chapter, so that's kind of done, really. So yeah, I think for the most part I'm going to be playing Warframe. But I'm sure I'll find something else to bore you about. So yeah, until the next one, bye for now.